Hybristophilia, right? It sounds like a complicated word, but it's really quite simple. In layman terms, it just means that you're an absolute moron. You're attracted to things that will hurt you. That's basically what it means, right? And we have our biggest case of hybristophilia yet, man. I never thought I would be talking about Chris Watts again, like 4, 5, 6, 7 years later, right? But we have another sweetheart who's going through a hybristophilic episode right now, okay? She is attracted to people who just commit murders and rob people and do horrible crimes. I have no idea what is going on. Now, if you guys don't remember the whole Chris Watts story, he murdered his wife, Shanann Watts, and killed both his kids to be with another woman. Now, I'm not calling that other woman a hybristophiliac or whatever because she was just cheating with him. I don't think she really expected him to slaughter his entire family for her, right? But years and years and years later, like clockwork, there's a woman out there for somebody. She's out there for somebody. Like clockwork, another individual named Lizzie Lee Henderson enters the picture, and she just wants to marry Chris. She just loves him so bad. She's even changing her name from Lizzie Lee Henderson to Lizzie Lee Watts. Isn't that beautiful? I want to show you a few things about this new woman, but for all the people in the back who don't remember this story, let me give you a little refresher of what a demon this man is. Let's check this out real fast. All right, folks. So the first thing I want to show you is just how Chris was acting when he first got here. I just find it kind of impossible for someone to be attracted to someone as stupid and just overall as shaky and wobbly as Chris Watts. Some of these ladies out here need some therapy. Let's check this out.
What's Shannon's number?
So this is when everybody knows there's a problem, right? So Shannon's not showing up for certain things. These are the neighbors right here. Shortly after Chris Watts shows up, and I mean, when I tell you the panic on his face it's immediate. You can see it like the second he shows up, you know he did something. Let me show you.
What about the dinner zone where you can look for the day during the daytime?
What? Frantic. The girl's car seats are in the car too, so if she left with the friend, she would have took the car seats.
I can go look if he doesn't find her.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
This right here seems to be when Chris really showed his cards. It's because, remember, the neighbor, everybody has Zoom cameras, Bing cameras, Ring cameras, whatever, right? So the neighbor volunteered to show his footage next door to the police officer, and you can see this man literally crumbling down. He's sweating, he's shaking, he's moving left to right, he's putting his hands at the back of his head. This is not normal behavior. Let me show you guys this section. I'm sure everybody's seen this already, but I just want to give you some background to who this woman's actually trying to attach herself to. Now, hold on, folks. Hold on. I know in this economy, everybody's trying to find themselves a little extra money. And that's exactly why I've partnered up with Money Pilot, ladies and gentlemen. Money Pilot is an app where you can claim money from class action lawsuits that you're eligible for. For example, I made this easy $325 from a Yahoo lawsuit that happened the other day. So anyway, if you guys want to make some quick money, make sure you guys go ahead and check out Money Pilot. Go download it. I'm pretty sure you're going to like it.
Nothing on there.
What's that?
Nothing on there.
You just have to
My
back
camera.
the truck up to the garage.
Lay down.
Loaded my stuff up in my coolers, my water jugs, my book bag, my computers, some of the tools that I had from the toolbox. I knew I was going to have to do some pumping unit rubbers today. That's why I was out so far.
Is this on continually
Yep.
recording?
Yep. Well,
It's not. Is it
any
motion or is it?
event,
Okay, so it's motion.
Any motion event that happens, I get cars driving from this street, and this is him at 517.
And the fact that your wife is missing, your wife and kids missing, you don't know what the fuck happened. Your neighbor says, well, this is him at 7-something-15. You don't even look up to be like, oh yeah, this was when I left and I wonder if she may have left behind that or before that. No, his face is buried in that phone as if his life depends on that phone. What's really on that phone right now? Watch how he says this is him leaving. That made Chris's heart sink to the bottom of the ocean.
And this is him at 517.
I usually park out there on the side. I just want to get everything back in. Be easier, so lugging everything out there, all the tools that I had to bring in.
I'm telling you, folks, that is not normal behavior. Okay, my boy is over here sweating.
Doesn't work anymore. It got wet and the whole radio on the back.
So yeah, that was it.
Okay. All right. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
Hopefully something comes up here.
Mind if you just want to go talk to him? I'm going to get his info real quick.
He's not acting right at all.
No.
He's never fidgety. He's never rocking back and forth. And if you look, he never loads his stuff in and out of the garage ever.
Right.
So he's saying he's fidgety. I don't know why the audio is so terrible, but he's basically saying he's fidgety. He's moving left and right. He never loads his stuff up on the side of his garage. And you know what? This is the one time where you want that nosy neighbor, because I really feel like that nosy neighbor is what blew this thing wide open. He knew immediately that Chris was up to this shit, right? But anyways, I want to show you basically how his lover responded to the entire thing. She claims to have not known any of his plans. But something in the back of my mind probably tells me that she gave him an ultimatum and he took it too far. His little mistress at the time probably was like, you're going to have to leave your family if you want to be with me. You're fuck your family, fuck your kids, you have to be with me. And then Chris took that as, I have to dispose of them. That's what I'm kind of understanding from this. But let me show you this before we get into the new and improved Chris Watts' wife.
It's the dramatic moment cops confront Chris Watts' mistress after he murdered his pregnant wife and 2 daughters to start a new life with her.
Why would you wipe out your family to be with me?
The just-released video shows 30-year-old Nicole Kessinger being interrogated.
Did you ever say anything to him about, like,
Never.
anything about his kids being a problem? Anything about his wife being a problem?
Never. This shocked me just as much as I think it shocked the rest of the world.
She breaks down, sobbing over the gruesome fate of the children, 4-year-old Bella and 3-year-old Celeste.
Ugh. He's so disgusting. I'm so ashamed of him. Why? How? I don't even understand how you could, bring yourself to do that to somebody who's, that big.
Now listen, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm sure Nicole Kessinger, oh my God, he's such a horrible person. You were giving him some pussy. So he couldn't have been that much of a horrible person. Now again, I don't think she could foresee him doing something that violent, but I think she told him, listen, bro, you're going to have to figure that shit out. And he said, guess what, babe? I'm going to figure that shit out. Man, that crazy work. Chris Watts, I don't know. I definitely think she pushed him to the point where he kind of justified killing his kids, killing his wife as a fresh start. Should she be locked up for it? Probably not, but I just think she's not the greatest person in the world.
Other just-released videos show the web of lies and deceit Chris Watts created to cover up his unspeakable crime. After his wife and kids were reported missing, police searched his house, including the bedroom where he murdered little Bella. He pretends to be distraught over the disappearance of his family.
I can't imagine what you're going through right now.
The house, I couldn't sleep at all.
He seems relieved. He's like, guys, can you leave my fucking house so I could go about my day? Yeah, I haven't really been sleeping that much. I'm so distraught about everything. Man, you are happy that she's gone. That's what I think. Because remember, they had a tumultuous, they were married. Every marriage has their own issues, right? He was tired of her. He really thought he could just go to a little job site, dispose of his family, and actually get away with it.
Last night, I missed him throwing chicken nuggets at me, honestly, last night.
Police were suspicious. At headquarters, he was given a lie detector test, which he failed.
Did you physically cause Shanann's disappearance? No.
When confronted with inconsistencies in his story, Watts asked to speak to his father and whispered his confession as police watched from another room. Watts admitted he stuffed his children into these crude oil tanks where he worked. Bella here, Celeste there. His wife's body was buried in a shallow grave on the property.
Was it hard to get them in there? Did you have to push or anything, or? There's no chance that you put them in there when they're still alive, is there?
No, God, no.
As if that was any better. There's no chance you put them in there alive. Oh, no, God, no. Oh, my goodness, no. I'm not a monster. Okay. So anyways, that was pretty much, that was him. That was his little lover. But now we move forward into present day and time, folks. And I want to show you an update by Inside Edition years later. Apparently, he has a 39-year-old realtor named Lizzie Henderson, bro. And she not bad looking either. What's with these decently looking women fucking with men like this? We got Wade Wilson. We got Chris Watts. We got did Jeff have? No, Jeff was gay. Who? It was the other guy. There's regardless, right? There's all these people who get all these women, bro. What is going on in the world? I feel like the internet just, I think hybristophilia was always a thing, but I feel like the internet definitely helped to ramp it up to where people could just see, ooh, he's a fine man. Oh, he's in prison. I can fix him. It's weird, but let's check it out.
He's one of the most hated men in America. Chris Watts murdered his pregnant wife and 2 young girls, and now he's getting married again with a woman he met while he was behind bars. Justin Finch reports.
Chris Watts, the monster who annihilated his family 8 years ago in one of the most cold-blooded crimes of the century, may be getting married behind bars. Who would want to be the wife of the despised Chris Watts? Apparently, this woman does. Her name is Lizzie Henderson. She's 39 years old and is a realtor from Cleveland. Luke Kenton, a Daily Mail senior reporter, broke the story.
Relatives have told us that Lizzie and Chris are going through the motions of applying to get permission to be married behind bars. And to do that, they have to get permission from the warden and also meet a very strict kind of list of criteria first.
So this could take some time.
Listen, I understand everything about rights and human whatever the fucks, but listen, we should not be letting Chris Watts, we should not be letting the Chris Watts of the world get remarried. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? And as a woman, men are stronger than you, typically, right? Typically, obviously there's differences, and men are stronger. You want to marry and embrace this man who's already been physically violent with someone he's married before. What happens when he gets tired of you? You're gonna end up in a fucking oil tanker. Obviously, he's never getting out. But how do you even feel comfortable, A, to get on the phone with him, B, to communicate with him physically, because apparently they get to hug and kiss before and after their visits? You are a psycho. I don't know what's up with these girls.
It could take some time.
Henderson is reportedly already using the name Lizzie Watts. Court records show a Lizzie Henderson applied for a confidential name change. Details of the case are sealed. Prison logs at the Dodge Correctional Facility in Wisconsin, where Watts is serving consecutive life sentences, show she visited Watts 23 times over 15
Son of a bitch. Let's back that up.
consecutive life sentences show
Start time 3:04 p.m. to 6:05 p.m. That's 3 hours. 10:39 to 1 p.m. That's 3 hours. Wait, 10, 11, 12, 1. That's about 2.5. 10:25 to 1. That's about 3 hours. Man, they love each other. Look at this. Look at it. They love each other. Look at the dates. 25, 25, 25, 24, 24, 20. We're spinning back to 24, and I'm sure it's up in the big 2026, baby. They love each other deeply. This girl, I'm not trying to put anything on her, but let's just say if she were to end up in prison for a very heinous crime, I would not be surprised. Something's not correct with her. Let's keep going.
She visited Watts 23 times over 15 months. Each was a contact visit lasting up to 3 hours. The prison allows inmates to embrace and kiss their visitors at the start and end of their visits, but no excessive displays of affection are permitted. No conjugal visits allowed. The Daily Mail published these photos of Henderson, and look, she's already wearing a wedding ring.
What do we know
Yeah.
about how Lizzie and Chris
yeah.
even met?
So this is a bit of a mystery at the moment. We did speak directly to Lizzie, and she said to us, quote, how we met is between Chris and I and God.
The murders committed by 41-year-old Watts shocked America. He strangled his wife, Shannon, who was 15 weeks pregnant, and buried her in a shallow grave. He smothered his children, Bella and Cece, and dumped them in these oil tanks. The idea of
I don't know how you're actually physically able to, those are your kids. Like, what? A kid in general. Oh, yeah, go strangle that kid. Insane. I couldn't even think about it. But, okay, fine. But that's your kid that you created, and you wow. I can't even imagine. I don't know. I'm sure. Listen, guys. I don't care what you say, but I'm sure that shit haunts him like a fucking nightmare. He's living a nightmare while he's awake. Then he goes to sleep and has more nightmares. I'm sure of it. There's no way, unless you're just fully a psychopath, and I don't think he's an actual psycho like that. There's no way you could do that to your own blood and just not think about it. That shit haunts him like a curse. And good for him. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I'd like to think it does.
certain women being attracted to notorious killers is a phenomenon called hybristophilia. Luigi Mangione, who was back in court today for a pretrial hearing, has a legion of supporters, some of whom write him romantic letters. But it's hard.
Listen, do not compare Luigi Mangione to fucking Chris Watts, okay? There's a whole different reason as to why Luigi Mangione has the support he has, and I would not call it hybristophilia. That's a different story for a different day. Don't compare the two people.
Luigi Mangione, who was back in court today for a pretrial hearing, has a legion of supporters, some of whom write him romantic letters. But it's hard to see Chris Watts as husband material.
Prison records show the items Chris Watts buys most from the commissary are large quantities of paper and stamps to maintain his correspondence with female admirers.
Wow, man. I mean, wow. And that's the world we live in, folks. So, I mean, before we get out of here, I do have a few stills that people were able to put on the internet. This is a more clear image of the woman. Listen, man. I don't know what the fuck she got going on, but this lady ain't right. Something's wrong in the head. There is a chemical imbalance in Shorty right here. There has to be, because this bitch is crazy. This is an old Chris Watts image. We've seen this one already. What else we got? This is the image they showed on the video already. There's not too many images of Miss Lizzie Henderson. Somebody AI'd them together. This is not real. This is AI. But this is just a good idea. This is real. This is just a good idea of what she looks like. You never know who you're surrounded by out here, folks. You really never know who you're surrounded by. This is Nicole Kessinger right here. This is his mistress before he killed his wife. Um, it's just all a shit show, bro. It's never that deep. Get a divorce and have split custody. Why would you have to do all that? That's insane to me. But anyways, guys, you already know what time it is. I love you guys. I'm gonna be back. Stay inside, stay safe, and listen. If you're having dark thoughts, just get a divorce. It's never this worth it. It's never that. It's never that serious. Well, anyways, folks, I'm out. Peace.